All right, boys and girls, it's time for Jerry's Outdoor Show. Heard exclusively right here on AM 860, FM 95.1, KWPC, the voice of Muscatine. Powered by Indian Creek Lure Company, the Sicilian Pizzeria, Mitchell Arms and Ammo, Pierce Custom Rods, Tailwater Marine, Deaf Guy Taxidermy, and RB's Outback Bait and Tackle. Like Jerry's Outdoor Show on Facebook. Jerry, our rods and reels are ready. Let's go fishing.
This is live radio, boys.
This is live radio.
That's what happens.
This is the Jerry's Outdoor Show.
Yeah, absolutely.
What happens
Something's got to blow up.
When we pull Wes in to take over for Timmy Boy.
You know what? I'm still groggy from the football game last
Right, that's what I thought a little bit.
Okay.
Did you get bumped in the head?
he wasn't playing.
All right. Are we ready?
Yes, we're ready
let's do
now.
this.
All right.
This is Hermit Longhorn. Now here's a classic. Early one morning, Brewer was just getting around. Woke up with a hangover and it knocked him back down onto his comfy bed with an empty PBR can underneath his head. Waiting at the station, blowing up RV's phone. Jerry got no answer, but he knew he was home. So he kept his options open and called another guest on. Even with RB gone AWOL, the show must go on. When RB finally woke up, it was 6:30 at night. His headache was gone, but he didn't feel right. He went to the fridge and lo and behold, he found the last PBR and dang, it was cold. He grabbed the last beer and he slammed her on down. Stole the 20 from his daddy and he headed to town. He drove to the store but he forgot his shoes. The clerk took one look and said, dang, you must have PBR blues.
These men have receptions, Matlock, A50632, and Bat Shelter, A39879. They have receptions.
I doubt that.
You have way too much time on your hands.
Actually, we wrote that about 11 o'clock last night.
I can, yeah.
Live, the new album coming out from Hermit Longhorn, live from Muscatine County Jail. No, we wrote that. He goes, hey, I got this song and that, so we changed it up a little bit last night. It's like 11, because I got off the water, and I got, he was digging my phone. He goes, hey, I got it. I was like, all right, well, let's change this, change that. Next thing I know, it's 11:30. Is oh my goodness, forgot.
I was going to say, because some of the time in there was kind of knocking on my door last night. It was about 6 o'clock.
Right, absolutely. You know what, Brewer? I come down there, and it was about 6 o'clock.
Yeah.
And got some bait, and I ran down to the brakes to put in down there. Brother, that water was up in the parking lot.
Yeah.
Is this shut down now or not? Or is it still open?
It's depending on what the river's going to do. It's real close to being shut down.
Yeah, so
the
ran.
Iowa River got bukus of rain out west.
Well, Lonnie was just saying that this morning. What were you saying, Lonnie?
Well, there was a lot of rain up north, of course.
All right.
And the cedar, it's came up a little bit, but the sandbars and stuff are still showing a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
But see, that storm was more west of us. It hit like, what is there, Turkey something out there, or some other river that runs into the Iowa?
Up in the northeast, the Turkey River and those rivers up there.
That's what flooded bad.
They're looking at record floods compared to 2008, according to the news.
But that's got to come down.
That's got to come down one way.
Yep.
The next pool down, but it's still going to back up the Mississippi.
Right.
So I don't know. I'm looking for another shutdown next week.
You said the Iowa was.
The Iowa was bank to bank when I went across it Tuesday.
Right.
See, and then they got that rain. So I don't think it's here yet.
It's not here yet. I don't know. We'll have to look at the hydrological charts and see what they're projecting on it. But yeah, I was out last night. I ended up putting in a kill pack and hit a couple wingdangs. I'm on the radio. I don't think I can say damn, but I'm not saying it. Oh, wing dam. Hit that. It wasn't very productive. Then they hit a couple log piles that I had hooked into something large. But we had just got back from Rathbun, and I had changed the rigging on it, and I had these little number 4 hooks on there. It's like, I need to change it. I'm not doing so good anyway. I'm not going to change it. And lo and behold, something bit that big piece of cut bait and must have swallowed it, because I had him, and he was coming up and this and that, and then punk. Everything, so he had it all the way down in him, but the hook wasn't going to set, so I must have jerked it out of his gut.
I had a couple of those on the cedar earlier this week.
Mm-hmm.
Billy Gar.
Yep. That's what I thought it was, and that's what I ended up. I stayed out to about 9 o'clock last night, and that's all it was hitting was the Billy Gar. But you know what? That old Mississippi River last night reminded me of my girlfriend in high school. It was swollen,
It was muddy.
dirty, and smelled a little bit like fish. So,
And then the next thing you decided to do was text me about it.
absolutely, I have to run it by Wes first. Is this funny? Is this funny enough for the radio?
And I'm
it's your show. Don't worry about it.
And I'm like, I don't get it.
So anyway, it's been a monumental week for us. First of all, me and my wife went down to Rathbun. We went down there Sunday and Monday. Stayed down there. Stayed in one of their cabins. I tell you what, them cabins ain't a bad deal. It was $80 for a night for the cabins down there, and you got your stove, refrigerator, sink, microwave, coffee pot. Everything my wife needs to feel comfortable. Being on vacation, so she can cook and clean for me and stuff like that. But no, anyway, we ended up going to Rathbun down there, and we caught over 70 crappie. And this is the first time in my life, not once, not twice, nay 3 times, but 4 times I had a double hookup. That means what I'm trying to say is I had 2 crappie on at once. The way I was running it, I was using my 12-foot rods down there, and we were just running jigs in tandem with minnows off of them. And they were fast and furious. It's like, oh, man, this is awesome.
Where's the big ones?
Except for the fact that they were all 8 to 10 inches. We did catch a few 12-inchers, but, man, that place is just loaded with crappie. The walleye weren't so much. I was talking to the gal at the bait shop, which was, our cabin was right there. The boat ramp was probably 200 yards away from the cabin. The bait shop was 400 yards away from the cabin. So, and we had the whole Monday. We had the whole lake to ourselves.
Right.
And if you're familiar with Rathbun, it's got that long dam, what they call a dam down there. It's not like a lock and dam system. It's just a big rock dam that goes across there, and we just fished that dam. And there's nothing to pick up a pile of crappie here, pick up a pile of crappie there, run around. Now, my wife, admittedly, she says, I like the lakes a lot better than I do the rivers because they're not moving around. They're nice and calm. I like this fishing. Well, Monday it got a little windy out of the south. So we took off early, and we went up to this chute where I was using my Navionics app, and I found a brush pile up there. Well, we got up there early, but about 9 o'clock, the south wind started blowing really, really good. And, I'm talking white caps on that. So we had a good 1.5 miles to get back to the boat landing. And if you've ever
How'd she like that splashing?
She didn't like it too much.
I bet she didn't.
Because you know how my boat's set up, Randy, with the big bench up front? She was sitting on the floor holding the dog, this and that. I was already wearing my underwear in case I went over, so it went, whatever. But it was a good time. I highly recommend it to folks. It's pretty economical. All the stuff I've heard about the place, the bait shop, they charge, $10 a dozen for minnows. No, it wasn't like that. The one bait shop I went into, $2.75 a dozen. Wasn't bad. So it was a good time. Now, speaking conversely of the other part, our good friend Lonnie Ford in there represented Jerry's outdoor show at Bomber's first
He must have
annual.
did good, because if he didn't do good, folks, we probably wouldn't be bringing it up at all.
Right. Yeah, we would have kept that hush-hush. But Lonnie stepped up to the plate and says, I'll take this one for the team. I'll go in and I'll do this tournament for you guys and show you how it's done. And by God, he showed them how it was done because he walked away with the big fish honors.
Yes.
How big was that?
The channel cat was, which is fairly good size for pole and line fishing, was 6 pounds.
Right. I thought it was a little 6+. You don't have to be modest. You can go 6+. but far and away, beat everybody else up there. I think the only one got close to you was like 5.
Yeah.
But for their first annual turnout or tournament, the turnout was all right. They had a couple like we did at the American Legion. You'll have a couple cancellations, and if everybody remembers last Saturday, it looked like it was going to let loose at any minute.
But the show must go on.
The show must go on.
It was tough fishing. It really was. I mean, some of them caught their limit on the maximum limit the DNR had set for this situation. Our catfish that we were catching out of my boat was a little bit bigger than what most of them, so we didn't catch near as many.
No, there was a lot of numbers turned in, but as far as weight, yours were some pretty big boys.
We lost a couple of real good pole benders that we just wasn't, we were trying to. It seems to be that once you hit one, it'd turn around and you'd hit another one right away, and if you wasn't paying attention, which we were trying to get one in and work it in, and we netted everything just for this reason. We turn around and look, and luckily we had the boat poles all stuck down underneath the transom and underneath the seat, so that they were what we call pole benders. I mean, they were
pole benders.
Yes, and
that's the big fish.
Yeah, or I call them snags. Yeah, but you were fishing with your wife.
Yeah,
was this
actually,
their first tournament?
She was there at the end and stuff. Yeah, actually the guy that fished with me.
Oh, wait a second! You want to put this out on there? You can't fish with another guy and then bring your wife in at the end as a ringer.
Well, no, she wasn't actually. She was there for the end. The other guy couldn't attend the weigh-in.
Oh yeah.
So my wife went with me. She said she'd like to go along.
Okay. So, all right. Yeah, but
you know what that's like.
Yeah.
You know what it's like.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
So, I was going to say, if you lost fish, it was obviously your fault.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
It was on her line, but it was your fault.
Yeah.
But no, it was great. Like I said, I talked to Fred up there that's running it, and they're going to do it again next year. And Lonnie walked away with some pretty big prize money there. Yeah. I think it was $120.
$120, yes.
And you probably had, what, 150 in bait?
Yeah. I bought 40 of it from you.
Yeah, he bought $40 for me. I know that.
Is Lonnie buying lunch for everybody? He got the big
He got nothing left.
there. Do we get something that's not on the dollar menu at McDonald's? Come on.
Well, that's what I told him. I said, well, $120 in your pocket, me giving you $10 would be an insult now for the monk arms. Why don't we just call it good and be done with it?
$25 a piece.
No, but
buy, sell, and trade.
That was awesome. It was a good turnout, and I hope it goes on. It was a tough day. I talked to everybody out there, and everybody said it was sort of a tough day. So other than that, it turned out good for them.
Did you hear about?
I heard. I've heard little parts of it, but I haven't actually got to Skylar to turn out what his turnout was. But I'm going to imagine it was pretty good. It was pretty awesome.
The same day, so
right. It was the same day.
It's just the Mississippi versus the Cedar.
I just haven't been able to follow it on Facebook or anything like that.
What was you doing till midnight last night? Finding ways to pick on me?
Right? No, we already found the way to pick on you. So we got a call coming in right now. Hey, this is Jerry's Outdoor Show. Who do we get on with us?
Hello.
Hello.
Hello, I heard Lonnie was buying lunch. What time and where are we meeting?
Oh, my goodness, Tim Scott. Where are you at, buddy boy?
I'm at home. I'll be in there in a little while.
Okay, cool beans, because we brought in a bunch of gifts for you because this is our last show here. We got a Jerry's Outdoor Show jacket for you, a gift certificate for $500 to Bass Pro Shop, but you're not here. You're not here, so we'll have to give it.
Just a minute. What do you mean last show? This ain't the real last show, is it?
Well, we're working up towards it, so we wanted to get it out of the way, so we're just going to give it to Wes. So
I see.
Hey, Tim, go ahead and bring in lunch, and I'll catch you later for it.
By God, I'll take care of you.
Yeah, get a couple buckets of chicken. Just bring him the receipt.
Hey, by the way, Tim, or I could never find your sister's house down there. I broke into 3 or 4 cabins, and none of them said Lissy on there.
Yeah, she got to put in an alarm system when she heard you was coming down that way. So.
There you go.
And I bet Tim hooked it up, didn't you, buddy?
That's right.
So what are you doing? You sleeping one off? What are you coming in so late for?
No, I'm the only guy here at my place, so I got to do all the housework and all that kind of stuff. So I'm just catching up on that.
Move furniture and paint the living room?
That's down at Mom's. We got to do that.
Oh, so you going out to Timmy's house and stretching some carpet there?
No, just his mom.
Just his mom's? There you go. Well, we sure miss you, Tim. Hurry up and get in here because the place is falling apart without you, buddy boy.
All right, don't behave yourself. See you later.
All right, yeah. Well, we should have gave him some rodeo tickets.
Yeah, we should have.
Yeah, Tim, we got some rodeo tickets for you for being the first caller in here. But other than that, no, I don't know what's going to go on with all the wet weather we got going on. It's really going to screw us up, and I know as soon as the show is over, I'm going to go home, download the link, and I got to get out there and start doing my part to get all these catfish we need for Jerry's Outdoor
I've
Show
got quite
fish
a bit.
frying.
How about you, Lonnie?
Yeah,
He's got quite a bit. Where's your donation at?
That's what I'm working on. I've been so busy with the show,
Oh,
having to
cool.
take my wife on vacation. I'm not making excuses. I'm doing my
You
part.
butter boy, you butter boy.
Butter boy.
Yeah, you're going to be buttering all the bread because you ain't donating no fish.
I didn't say I wasn't donating. I just need to get my share going on here. So I'll get it going for you guys. The thing is, this morning on my way to do the show here, I don't know if you know about this, Lonnie, or not. We talked about it a little bit, but I ran into the Adolescent Police Department. They got money this month so they could work, and he said he said to me, he goes, "Hey, did you know that Wilton is actually starting up a trap shooting program at school?" I didn't know that. Did you know that?
No, I didn't know. But when I went to Tipton in late '70s, we had where we could bring our guns to school on the school bus, and we had trap shooting and shooting like that as a recreational PE sport.
That's what I told him. I said, well, everybody out here this way usually pretty much shoots guns until we're sitting. That's like having a class on picking corn.
Yeah.
That's what but hey, if I think it's pretty cool.
It's a way of life around here. I mean, every kid's got a shotgun when he's 10.
10, yeah.
Well, and that's West Jordan. He's up from around Davenport, and every kid up there's got
under the age of 10's got one.
I had a super soaker when I was 10.
Yeah, I had a super soaker. All right, give me your man card so I can get the quarter off.
Well, I mean, I shot a gun for the first time, a month and a half ago?
Yeah, shooting
saw the
stars.
video. Yeah, it was
deadly accurate. Speaking of shooting guns, Lonnie, it pains me to say this, but for some reason my wife said over the weekend, she goes, "You know what? I think I really want to learn how to shoot a gun." I said, "You do?" And she goes, "Yeah, and I think I want Lonnie to teach me." So, be looking for a phone call from my wife. She really wants to learn how to shoot a pistol, and she just believes that you would be a better teacher than I would.
Well, to be honest with you, I have taught a couple of them. Mm-hmm. Basically handling and stances and that kind of stuff.
So that's awesome for my wife to be able to know how to use a pistol. And for you,
Lonnie is still your best friend.
Yeah. So the word of the day today is accomplice.
Yeah, there you go.
So anyway, hey, you're on Jerry's Outdoor Show. We're going to be right back after this commercial break, and hang on because we got Shane Richardson from the Next Big Bait TV show is going to be giving us a holler. We'll be right back, folks. Hey, don't touch that dial, bro, Tater Chip.
Don't say it's a fine morning or I'll shoot you.
We've got more of Jerry's Outdoor Show right here on KWPC, AM 860 and 95.1 FM.
The body's a temple, that's what we're taught. Well, I've traded this one like an old honky.
That's a spicy meatball. The Sicilian Pizzeria in Wilton is now serving domestic and import beer plus wine that complement all the great dishes prepared by owner and our friend Gary Brown. The Sicilian brings you the taste of New York Sicilian-style pizza plus Chicago favorites like Italian beef, meatball, and many more delicious authentic sandwiches. Really hungry? Order a Chicago-style stuffed pizza. Mouth-watering good. It's the Sicilian Pizzeria, 912 West 5th Street in Wilton. Call and place your order with Gary today at 563-732-9396. Satisfy your taste buds with the Sicilian.
The place where he was born and raised.
Sounds like a place to fish or baiting down at the bottoms. This is Randy Brewer from the Outback Bait and Tackle Shop. When you're ready to go fishing, to hit the river and local fishing holes, come and see me. I've been fishing our local areas for over 40 years. I'll be able to set you up with the right bait and tackle for our fishing holes in the area. I'll even throw in some of my experience fishing advice. So before you head out to your fishing hole, come see me at the RB's Outback Bait and Tackle, located 16114 County Road X61 here in Muscatine. Call me at 563-506-0490. Sign says 9 to 5. Call anytime after. We'll get your bait.
Are you looking for a reliable taxidermist who does superior work? Here's taxidermist Shannon Spooner telling you in sign language why he's the best around. Oh, we forgot to mention, he's deaf. Deaf Guy Taxidermy in Clinton mounts every type of game imaginable, from deer and coyotes, fish and ducks, you name it, he can mount it. Text him, please. Don't call 563-613-4411 or send him an email to deafguytaxidermy@icloud.com. Deaf Guy Taxidermy, proud sponsor of Jerry's Outdoor Show. Listen on KWPC Friday mornings at 10 a.m. Shannon wishes he could.
And now back to more Jerry's Outdoor Show. If you've missed part of this episode or any other episode, what were you thinking? Give Jerry's Outdoor Show a like on Facebook. Listen to past episodes on iTunes, Podbean, and jerry'sOutdoorshow.com.
All right. Now, remember, kiddos, earlier this spring when we talked about a new fishing show coming to a TV near you soon? That's right. As promised, we have an update on the next big bait coming in 2017 to the Pursuit channel. Let's all welcome the host all the way down in Tejas, or as we say up here in Iowa, Texas.
Oh.
That's what my wife's from Texas, and she always said they always say Tejas down there, down in Tejas. Anyway, say hello to Shane Richardson. Are you there, Shane?
Yes, sir. How y'all doing today?
Oh, pretty good. How about you, bud?
Oh, not too bad, man.
Hey, I don't know about you guys, but we get all this rain up north. I know Texas has had their share of it for a while down there, so all your lakes that were dried up the last couple of years got to be pretty full by now, aren't they?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, they're filling up and staying full now.
There you go.
We've had quite a bit of rain down here.
Oh, yeah. Well, we had, right over. I don't know, where exactly in Texas are you?
I'm in Fort Worth,
right.
Dallas area. So we're a little north of most of the downpours that have been happening.
The best part of Texas.
Pretty wet. But
yeah, Randy, you did some time when I say did some time, you
yeah.
were down in Texas for a while.
Yeah, I lived in Dallas, Fort Worth for 6 years.
All right, awesome.
But, yeah, the humidity ain't near as bad as what it is in Houston. I always called Houston the armpit of Texas.
There you go. So anyway, just to bring us up to speed a little bit, Shane, for some of us that might not remember when you guys were earlier on the year, what is the next big bait TV show all about?
Well, what we're doing is we're taking 64 small bait companies, we're putting them into an NCAA-style bracket tournament, and we're battling them against each other to see who becomes the next big bait. They will each individually go out and fish a day just like a team tournament. So me and the owner of the company will actually go out and fish, or their representative for that day. That is their weight for that bracket, whatever our 5 best fish are for that day, just like a normal team tournament.
Yeah, so
and that's how they advance.
Yeah.
So that's walleye or catfish or
no, just
bass.
all strictly bass this time.
Oh, just
bass this time
okay.
for the first premiere. So have you nailed down the 64? Have you got all 64 bait companies?
Yeah, we actually had over 80 entries.
Okay.
So we had a blessing there. And I've actually already got another 15 that have entered for next season.
So that answers my next question: is like, how eager were a lot of these companies to jump on your bandwagon?
You know, at first, when we first started, people were a little skeptical. We had put out some feelers out there to see how people were interested, and you know, they were interested, but they weren't sure about sending anything to us. You know, we had a few people go, "Oh, it's a scam." You know, and then when they realized we started picking up more and more sponsors and more steam on Facebook, you know, in 4 months we put over 5,300 likes on Facebook.
Oh, boy.
We're averaging about 10,000 views per video, so you know, we're growing very rapidly on Facebook and social media. So
yeah, I follow you a lot, and I don't know what frequency you do it at, but at least a week or every other week or something like that. You have a live with the world of Facebook. We now have the technology that we can go live and put videos on there, but you usually do a giveaway every couple weeks, don't you, Shane?
Yeah, here lately I've actually been doing one every week, and sometimes twice a week. So we had the fortunate. I just put up a new trailer, like promo video, about 2 weeks ago, and about a week and a half ago, and I told them I'd do a giveaway when I hit 10,000 views on it. And we literally hit that in 8 days, so I had to do another giveaway last night.
You got to watch what you wish for, buddy.
Well,
I know. You got to do what you got to do, right?
You betcha.
Absolutely.
A deal's a deal.
Right. You know.
So
a bunch of baits coming to them.
So if I got, say, I got a couple bait shops, and I got a guy that makes bass lures from Illinois. They're unlike anyone I've ever seen. They make the same style, but not like his do. What's the chances of getting like his lure, so to say, on there? Because basically you're looking for the next best lure.
Right.
Yeah, exactly. What he'd want to do is he would want to go to www.thenextbigbait.com, and under lure companies, there's a drop down that says submit your lure.
Okay.
And he would want to go there, fill out the stuff, and then we'll contact him when it's getting closer to time. Obviously, we're getting ready to start filming here soon. We should be getting filming for this season in October.
That's
take about 160 days to film everything, so I got a lot of work ahead of me.
Is that for one episode, 160 days?
Yeah, no. Unfortunately, I got 13 episodes to film, and it's going to take 164 days roughly to get it all done.
Right. I got to tell you, Shane, when I first heard this concept, I was like, damn, why didn't I think of that? You know, and me and Shane had talked earlier in the week before, set up for the radio interview, and you said there was a couple other recognizable names in the world of angling that thought so too. You mind dropping those names?
Absolutely. When it made me pretty proud and humble, and knew that I had a good idea. Pretty much the quadfecta of who's who in the fishing industry has told me that this is a great idea, and they'll be watching me.
Oh, thank you.
And that all started with Jimmy Houston. And then Forrest Wood joined in, and then you got Hank Parker.
Oh boy!
That I met at the FLW Cup, and he said the same thing. And then Bill Dance actually had watched our trailer.
Yeah, they want first chance at that next big bait.
Yeah,
that's what they're up for.
That's it.
Right.
They want the inside. They want
the inside
scoop.
tip.
So now. Every week, you're going to be competing two baits against each other. So, are you using the same?
Actually, how it's going to start is the first two episodes. There'll actually be a total of 32 teams or 32 companies battling on the first two shows.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so that's kind of how it goes. It's going to exactly follow like the NCAA bracket does. It'll go from 64, and we'll split that into 2 episodes.
Okay.
32.
Then it's going to cut down to 32.
Okay.
Those will be the next 2 episodes. Then it cuts down to 16, to 8, to 4, to 2, and then the champion.
Okay, kind of like Wes's favorite show, America's Got Talent.
Yep, exactly.
The same way. Are you still rooting for the Chinese guy that does the juggling thing?
We'll
talk about that later. We'll talk about that later. So now, are you using the same? Now, when you go out and film, are you using the same body of water or the same lake every week?
Yeah, we're going to use the same lake. I chose Table Rock Lake in Missouri, Branson, Missouri. Just because it's a very versatile lake, and pretty much every single thing that has been submitted, 64 companies wise, we can use during the time we have to film.
Right. That was going to be the other thing was, when you have like days, okay, we picked this bait and this bait to use, and now it's a thunderstorm or it's raining or it's cloudy or high pressure, low pressure, or this and that. But the way that you've explained it, though, I just think it's a heck of a concept, and I just like to know how you came up with this.
Well, the funny thing is, I was actually talking to my mom one day. I have a jig company as well, called Custom Bait Co. And she was like, "Man, why don't you just put your stuff on TV? Maybe that'll help."
Yeah, mothers are good for that, aren't they? Why don't you just get on TV? Yes, Mom, that's easy. Hello.
It's Mom's way of saying, find a job, son.
I've actually had the idea of bringing small companies together since I started my bait company 4 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
I've tried it a couple times in a couple different ways, and I've always kept it in the back of my mind. And then when she said that, it kind of just clicked, and I went, you know what? I bet that would work. And so I ran it across a couple of my fishing team guys in the bait company, and they were like, holy mackerel, that's going to be huge. So then I called another guy that, did some TV stuff, and he's like, you need to do this.
Right. Awesome.
And so it's pretty much just, started falling in line from there.
Okay. So we talked earlier about this will be a bracketing system. So this will boil down to winner takes all then?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep, and the winner is going to get their own 30-minute episode as the grand prize.
Oh, cool.
So basically they can come on, explain all their products, not just the way this is working is they are limited to one style of bait for their company.
Yeah.
They can change weights and colors, but it has to stay that same style of bait throughout the whole competition.
Okay. So
that being said, once they win, then they can explain all their other products. We can, take the whole 30-minute show to explain their company, how they got started, all that type of thing.
Oh, yeah, totally. So what is your background in angling, Shane?
I've been fishing since I was a little kid. I was born and raised in the Bay Area out in California. And so I grew up fishing the Delta. And
that's some big jigs out there.
yeah, there's some big ones out there. I had an experience at Clear Lake with my dad. I hooked into a fish that he said could have ate his 4-pounder he had on.
Oh, yeah?
And it broke me off right as it hit the top of the water. My dad saw it, and he said that it would have ate that 4-pounder whole.
Wow.
And so I'm kind of glad I didn't catch it because it probably would have ruined me. But, I've been fishing. That was when I was 12. And, we were fishing football jigs in 35, 40 foot of water out at Clear Lake. So
and you've been hooked ever since.
Yeah. And then I moved to Missouri, and I was there for 20 years, and then I moved to Texas. So
awesome.
Pulled your feet out of the mud and moved to the sand.
Well,
right, absolutely. So, like I said earlier, we're on Friends on Facebook, and you do a lot of giveaways, and you have the live feature on there, and you're always doing stuff like that. Where do folks need to go on Facebook to get in on this?
Just go to the Next Big Bait Facebook page. It's called, you can do the @ symbol and then the Next Big Bait, and that'll take you right there.
All right. And I also noticed that you got a brand new brand spanking new. I can't speak. I'm so flustered up,
Last night,
yeah. Yeah, it is last night. I noticed you got a brand. I'm going to just take the spanking out of it. You got a brand new website, and it looks pretty awesome. A .com website. What's that address?
Yeah, that's www.thenextbigbait.com. I'll let you in on a little secret.
Now nobody's listening, so
I'm actually getting ready to drop a brand new thing. I've dabbled in it a little bit on Facebook, telling people, but hopefully here within the next 2 to 3 weeks, I'll actually have a fantasy bracket up on the website that you guys can go, and I've got over $5,000 worth of prizes to give away.
Ooh, awesome
So, yeah, it's going to be awesome. You can go in, pick which company you think is going to win the whole thing, all the way through the bracket, just like you do in the NCAA March Madness.
Oh, boy.
Yeah. I mean,
and they have an actual app with the company that I'm using, R2
Okay.
Sports. They are actually have an app that you can go download for free. That's what we're waiting on, is them to finish that up. And then you'll actually get notifications when the show's airing, starting in July. You'll actually get notifications on your phone of which one of your teams is winning or losing.
There you go.
Keep an update on it.
Yeah. Well,
so it's very, very sophisticated, and nobody's ever done anything like this, so it's going to be really cool.
Yeah, everything is, with technology and being interactive and all that, so that leads me to the next thing. It seems everybody's really digging on this concept. Have you secretly done any trial runs or pilot episodes, or as we say in the biz, sizzle? Have you got any of that stuff out on YouTube? Or any
we've got
videos
the one on YouTube, yeah. It's just the next big bait and it's YouTube. I've got a couple little things on there that we've done. The problem is you can't really do a sizzle reel with this type of thing because I don't want to give away what we're actually doing.
Right.
And I would have to make up companies, and I just decided not to do it that way because I felt the concept was strong enough by itself that people wouldn't care.
Right.
And they haven't so far, so.
Yeah. I mean, it's all cool, and I think I've seen you're playing around with a drone. Yeah,
we've got a drone company, Carolina Drones, one of our sponsors.
It's just a next evolution in fishing and shows is what I'm talking. Because so many times on Saturday morning you get so bored with the same old. Here we are at some lake you're never going to get to, and by God, look at that hit there! Oh boy, he just hammered that! Oh look, he choked it! So I think this is more based in reality.
Exactly, and that's kind of what we're doing. Is what I've always described this as since the beginning was March Madness. Survivor.
You're putting sports back into fishing.
Right, absolutely.
Yeah.
Right.
I like that.
I know you got to be pumped about this thing rolling, and what's important for this content, like mine, to even get on the air to begin with, is sponsors. So you got.
You're welcome.
You got a lot of sponsors out there. Would you like to make a few shout-outs?
Sure. We got OtaShare. Basically, they're kind of like a new Facebook-type app, but it's for outdoors people. Got Carolina Drones. They're providing all our drones. I got Calm Waters Resorts. They're actually providing all our lodging for the show. New Pro Products. They have the VT2 ventilation system for your live wells. If you don't have them, get them. They're awesome. Maui Jim Sunglasses. Eyewear is very important, guys. Make sure you protect your eyes out there. Sonetic Reels. They got some of the best reels out. They're coming out with some new ones that we're waiting on. Their actual bait casters we're waiting on. Scales Beyond Measure. Awesome. It's called the Fishgate 100. It keeps track of your best 5 fish. They're NMEA 2000, so they're marine electronics qualified. They're pretty cool. MegaWare Keel Guard. Protect your boat there. All in Charge. This company's really cool. All in Charge actually charges your boat while you're driving to the lake and home from the lake, so you don't have to plug it in when you get home. Check them out.
Ooh, that is
cool. JB's Fish Sauce. Real Intentions is our rod maker. We got all custom rods for this year. It's pretty cool. High Waters Creations. They make tackle tags so that you can keep track of where your stuff's at in the boat. And then Bass in USA. Brendan over there is our web design and media sponsor officially. And he's the one that hooked up the website for us.
That's a mouthful, but they're good to have. And kudos to you, Shane. Keep it rolling. I look forward to more updates, and I look forward to the first episode coming out, and that's going to be on the Pursuit channel. Ain't that correct?
Pursuit channel, 9 a.m. Central Time, Saturday mornings, starting in July. So keep an eye out.
Next July.
Yep.
We're all out of Julys this year.
July and 17. Yep, we'll be coming.
And you start filming in October, Shane?
Yeah, they'll start filming in October. Hey, Shane, I appreciate you taking your time. Check out my good friend Shane Richardson on Facebook. He's with the Next Big Bait. You can also look him up on the web at nextbigbait.com, and look forward to it. I like I said, kudos to you. It's a heck of a show, and it's a heck of a concept, and I wish you all the well. All the luck
Thanks,
in the
Jerry. I
world.
appreciate it. You guys have a great day, and thanks for having me on.
No problem, Shane. We'll talk to you later.
Absolutely. We'll talk to you soon, buddy.
Thank you, Shane. See ya.
You know, to plagiarize his idea, well, I was just thinking of the next great big sinker.
The next great big sinker. Hey, with that, Lonnie's starting to think on his own, so we need to take a commercial break while I go in and straighten him out. We'll be right back with Jerry's Outdoor Show. Hey, you're listening to Jerry's Outdoor Show on KUPC 860 AM and 95.1 FM.
Well, what the hell is supposed to do, you moron?
Mitchell Arms and Ammo has moved. Stop by their new location on Park Avenue inside the old Lincoln School. They are still your locally owned gun shop. Owner Troy Mitchell takes his time to find the right firearm to fit your needs. Visit them online today at mitchellarmsandammo.com and start searching their inventory. Suppressors will be available in July. They offer online pricing and local pickup. No freight or extra fees. Just add tax and pick up at the store in a few days. And warranties are honored locally too. Call them at 319-212-0239.
Is your boat not starting well or running to its fullest potential? Have Nigel at Tailwater Marine take a look and have it running tip-top again. Conveniently located on Mississippi Drive, just south of downtown Muscatine, Tailwater Marine has years of experience and the skills to keep you worry-free on the water. Tailwater also carries towables, water toys, and accessories for your fun and safety on the water. Call Tailwater Marine, 563-264-BOAT. That's 563-264-2628.
Indian Creek Lure Company is your family-owned tackle shop. They carry the finest in bass fishing products. They carry items not found anywhere else. In fact, if they don't have it, you don't need it. Indian Creek Lure Company specializes in the more specialized tackle. Indian Creek also carries Dobbins and Denali fishing rods, as well as their own line of Indian Creek rods. They can help you spec out a custom rod that's the perfect fit for you, and they cater to bass clubs and tournament anglers. Check out their website, IndianCreekLures.com today.
Pierce custom rods are handcrafted of the finest materials available and designed to provide the most enjoyable fishing experience imaginable. Each rod features a perfect blend of power, action, and detail customized for the user. If you want the utmost in performance, quality, feel, and appearance from your custom rods, choose Pierce Custom Rods. Search Pierce Custom Rods and like them on Facebook or call 563-299-8645.
And now back to more Jerry's Outdoor Show. If you've missed part of this episode or any other episode, what were you thinking? Give Jerry's Outdoor Show a like on Facebook. Listen to past episodes on iTunes, Podbean, and jerry'souttdoorshow.com.
All right, we are back, and I believe Wes says we got a phone call. You're on Jerry's Outdoor Show. Who do we got on with us?
Sir, I just want to ask you guys some questions.
Sure.
I want to do this fishing thing, and I have no boat. I want to stand on the bank. I have no fishing poles. Do you have instructions for entry-level people? I want reasonable. I'm on Social Security, can't afford a big outfit. I just feel like it's free fish, and it's good for you, and I want to do this. What do you think?
Well, yeah, I'm more than happy to help you out. The thing is, it isn't free. The very first thing you need to have, if you want to angle in the state of Iowa or to fish, is you need to have a fishing license.
Oh, my. How much is that?
And that's about $19.50. Now, there's also other programs, though. If you're a veteran, I believe senior citizen, stuff like that. I'm not making a guess to any of this, in your particular situation. But you do get it for a little bit cheaper rate. I believe veterans are free, aren't they? I believe so, but you can just go out to Walmart usually, or you can look up IowaDNR.com if you have access to a computer, and that's the first and foremost thing that you will need to fish in the state of Iowa is a fishing license. And I believe a regular license is $19.50, and that lasts you, and that's good from January till January. Okay.
And then that boy named Randy, he can fix me up with a pole and everything reasonable that I can catch and fish with, right?
Yeah. We just donated one to some benefit going on Saturday. I set them up with handful of tackle, minnow bucket, fishing pole. Yeah, we've been known to lose money.
Well,
okay, my next question is: last week you said that you've got to have three things, and I can't remember what you said. To
be a good fisherman? Oh, to be a good fisherman, the only three things you got to remember is you need, the right bait, the right location, and the right time.
Oh, brother.
That comes with experience. But what are you after? What kind of species of fish are you after? Are you after catfish?
Well, I'd love catfish. I've had cancer twice, and I changed my whole eating program, and fish has got to be good for you.
Yeah, it is.
Omega.
I want catfish. I live on the Mississippi.
Okay.
So that's going to be easy.
Right. Yeah, just go right out your back door. So what you're looking for is you want to target catfish. Catfish is your species that you want to. So you're going to want a medium to heavy rod setup. You don't want something real light like you'd do for bluegill or stuff like that, because catfish are powerful fish, and with them smaller rods and smaller pound tests, they're going to end up breaking it, and you're not going to be too successful at it. But if you get more of a medium to heavier rod with about a 12-pound test on there, that should about handle just about everything that you're going to be able to catch off the bank there, I would believe.
Okay. Well, now, I don't live right on the Mississippi. I live off of 22, so I got to find... There are places that just anyone can walk down to.
Yep, you got a couple of them right there on 22 that feed into the Mississippi, and when the water's raising, it's nice to sit right there at that opening, and the fish are coming up in that chute as the river's raising. Once it starts dropping, the fish move back out into the deep water. So
right.
I know where about you are. And there is a couple of them that come off that hill that feed the Mississippi.
Mm-hmm.
And you can walk right. You can actually even park on the side of 22 and walk right up to it. No boat, no nothing.
Right. And but the only thing you have to be careful of is make sure you're not on private property if there's a cabin. But usually they'll have signs out, or if it is and somebody sees you, they'll come out and say, "Hey, this is private property."
Walk down the middle of the creek.
Right. Yeah. Absolutely. But there's places like Randy is saying out there by 22. There's spots out there. Mississippi, you got the riverfront. You can go down to the breaks. You can go down to Kilpack Landing. These are boat ramps. You can fish right from the shore. No problem.
Okay, then when I catch them, I go on YouTube and get me. Where do I? Like at Walmart, I can get that real sharp knife.
Yeah, a fillet knife. Yeah. You've never cleaned a catfish before?
No, sir.
Well, Randy can help you out with that, too. He's got a big tank. If you just deposit him, he's got 24-hour service. If you just drop the catfish off, he'll clean them for you, and then you can pick them up the next morning.
Really?
I actually got a tank that I like to... I got a live well on my boat, so I keep the fish alive. I like to put them in that tank and let them go a week in clean water, and they clean completely out. And they are just a little better tasting. But, yeah, that tank's sitting there all the time.
Mm-hmm.
There's the table sitting there all the time, a big cleaning table. We do flatheads, so it's like a 10-foot table by 2.5 foot. So...
Okay.
You're gonna believe me. Excuse me. I didn't really catch your name. What's your name?
Oh, my name's Joanne.
Joanne. Okay,
Yeah.
Joanne. The YouTube's great and wonderful and all that thing, but you're going to get about, if you're used to the internet, you're going to get about 50 different variations, and each one is different than the other one. You're really going to want somebody experienced the first time.
You want to get your hands right in there on it.
Right. You're going to want somebody that's experienced, like Randy or Lonnie or Silky Jones or other. We can hook you up with somebody to teach you how to fillet a catfish.
Okay.
You know, it's
okay. Thank you for putting up with such a silly call.
Oh, it's not silly. It's not silly at all. I tell you what, Joanne.
Good, Joanne.
Joanne, you like the rodeo?
Yes.
Well, you know what? We got a couple tickets here for you for the rodeo.
Okay.
Do you want to go to the rodeo?
Pardon?
You want to go to the rodeo?
Yeah, is it here?
Joanne, I've got a pair. Let's see. There's four tickets. That's 2 pair. The Tri-State Rodeo. It's Thursday night. I'm going to set you up to see Granger Smith. How about that?
Okay. Thank you so much.
Joanne, what's your last name, real quick?
Okay. Thank you for your answering my question.
Hang on hold. We're going to put you on hold, and we'll be right back with you, Joanne. Wes will get your information. But yeah, no, there's no such thing as a silly question on this show. And there's a lot of silly answers. There's a bunch of silly answers going on. But no, seriously, this is our 4th year of doing this, and this is why we started the show, and that's why we do the show. I try not to talk over somebody's heads that's out there, which is very easy to do. I get a lot of crap from bass guys. Yeah, why don't you talk about fishing a post-frontal pattern after a waning moon phase on the 3rd of October when the first frost has hit the ground? It's like, because I'll lose 90% of my people. But people like Joanne, have probably never fished. You don't have access to somebody to show you how to fish. We're more than happy to explain the basics from it, and then you can take it from there. But that's why this show was set up. Try to demystify it, because it's true. If you look at YouTube or you look at the internet, your head's going to swim. You're going to look at 15 different ways to skin a cat. Or take advantage of my good friend Randy
Did you say what?
To skin a cat.
That's just a phrase you use, right?
Just a phrase I picked up somewhere.
I don't want callers about these cats.
Now, how do you skin these cats? But like
a coon, they taste it.
I'm going to take your word for that. But like my good friend Randy Brewer, stop down in his shop down at RB's Outback Bait and Tackle. He's more than happy to tell you. Don't feel embarrassed about asking us anything.
Here, I got 200 catfish. Would you mind cleaning them, Jerry?
I was just about ready to say
bring
something
your
there.
fish over.
Okay, I'll do that.
Yeah, we're going to Jerry's to clean fish this afternoon.
Go ahead. I'll be fishing. You guys do whatever you want. My wife will be home, and she's going to learn how to shoot a pistol. So there you go. So anyway, Lonnie, we were talking earlier. Teal season's coming up real quick.
Yes, yeah. Actually, the 3rd of September. That kind of surprised me when I went in and did some background work. That usually it's the 2nd week of September, but this year everything's been moved up to, like, usually I get a week of squirrel hunting in before duck season starts. Well, now it all starts on September 3rd.
So you got to go out there with 2 guns in each hand.
What?
Duck, squirrel.
Duck, squirrel, duck, squirrel. Did you say duck,
Sam
squirrel?
over there?
Right.
And then the other thing that I did look into that we brought up and you asked about last week again was the program for farmers, turning their property over. And that actual program, surprised me, started in 2011.
Really?
Yes, and they're out of money.
Oh.
That's the reason I think it's coming back to the top, because now they have to get funded more money, and they're trying to stir up some interest in it.
Who's out of money, the DNR or the farmers?
Well, all the money that was allotted from...
Every time I talk to a farmer, they're broke because they're sitting there in their 2017 pickup truck, and their kids are all on four-wheelers. My ex-brother-in-law was a farmer. I tell you this stuff, By God, we're going broke out here, but he's got whatever year it was, they had the pickup truck. This and that. They all weighed 300 pounds. Anyway, on with your thing.
Well, anyway, the DNR, they're all out of that money. It's called Iowa Habitat and Access Program. Is what the program's called. and they're out of the money for that. So now they've got to get legislation to get more money for that. Iowa.
So what are they doing with the money? I mean, it's the farmer's timber. It's my gun, and you say I can shoot on it.
Okay.
So where's the money going?
The money went into restoration, planting seeds. It's not the same as the CPR program, but they take your area, that you want to open for farming. They'll plant seeds. They actually have a caretaker for it. Come in, plant seeds, and then you allow people to come in and hunt your property.
Well, you're talking pheasants and stuff.
Well, no. Well, actually, I went in and looked. There's a map on this website that shows it county by county. Now, Muscatine, Louisa, Scott, and Cedar have no public-private acreages available. Now, Washington does, and some other places. Some of them are for quail hunting. Some of them are waterfowl, deer hunting, timber area. There is approximately 15,000 acres in the state of Iowa that are available for that, but nothing in our surrounding counties.
Well, them selfish old people.
And then Iowa as a whole...
No wonder I get shot at every time I go hunting.
Iowa as a whole is the smallest state to allow private hunting on their properties.
Huh.
As a whole. That's according to that DNR website.
All right.
And that website, again, is Iowa Habitat and Access Program.
Mm-hmm.
And it was pretty informative.
Okay, I believe you. So is the hunting that much better on private land? I mean, like you said, if you're talking about farm fields and this and that, I mean, I can see it for your birds, like your quails and your pheasants.
It does help bring the quail and the pheasants back. I mean, I'm seeing more pheasants.
Yep. Well, ultimately, I think, in my opinion, because I do a lot of public hunting type, I got my own, but public hunting also is that if they would open up these type of areas to hunters, it would take the pressure off of the public hunting areas where a lot of the birds migrate to.
Okay.
Which in turn ultimately would reduce the numbers being killed out of those areas. So ultimately everybody wins at that rate. Because there's more birds available then.
Right, and that was the thing I was going to ask you too on this. Is like, now when you go goose hunting, is it like fishing? Do you have like days like, this is a bluebird sky, the ducks will suck today. They'd be good today. Oh, it's going to rain, so I got to call like this. Oh no, it's sunny out, so I got quack 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 quack.
You're exactly right.
Really?
Yes. A lot of times
you don't even hunt.
Yeah, I was just trying to make a joke. But
No. It all depends on the weather, the pressure zones again.
Really?
Oh yeah. The feeding times. If you have a full moon at night, most of your birds, waterfowl, feed at night.
Oh yeah.
At dark. So during the next day, they're in the roost, sitting there doing nothing, and you're out there twiddling your thumbs, looking at the sky, bird watching. Those type of situations.
Really?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. It all depends on the temperature, the wind,
Is there certain different calls you would use on one day compared to another day? Or does it really?
I guess my wife would be the one to answer that because I got a neck full of calls when I go out. But basically, sometimes just being quiet is being the best thing that you can.
Is that when your wife's out there?
Especially if it sounds like that duck on the other side or quack, quack.
Yeah.
I thought it was a pretty damn good duck. But no, I didn't know that much went in because, like I said, I was never a hunter, and I just wanted, because like when you fish, you're like, okay, this lure is probably going to work better than this lure today because of this net. So I didn't know if you just sat out there, there's a bunch, bam, 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 bam.
Like he said, sit there and be quiet. It's probably the best.
That's probably why I wouldn't hunt anyway. There you go.
Years ago, if they wanted me to go sit and wait for a duck to come by. Now, if they would have said, let's hang out, and if a duck goes by, we can shoot it, I might have went. But when they said, let's go wait for a duck, I'm sitting there in my, in the yard looking and looking and waiting and waiting. I bet they seeing the same thing I am. No ducks.
Well, some of the biggest entertainment
we
I
was
get.
hanging out.
Yeah. it'd be
then
different.
A duck fly by.
Sure.
But you guys got your kitchen stove. You got your fire pot.
He is really on. He is really. He must have got spanked by a duck hunter when he was a kid, because he's really on your guys' stove.
I got your quack, quack.
He's really on your guys' creature comforts out there in your little shanties.
I know one of the biggest entertainments I get is when you go down to Randy's neck of the woods.
Here we go.
And
just that in itself.
You had me at Randy's neck of the woods.
Right.
And they start bringing in their bird dogs, their duck dogs. You know, here it is, half an hour, 45 minutes before shooting time, and all you hear is dogs barking, and you sit down, you damn dog, sit down, get over here. You know, they're yelling at their dogs. And,
Well, you just described getting bait down at Arby.
Yeah. I got 3 dogs that come over the levee and lick you and pet your dog, and they have fun with the hunters.
Yeah.
Hey, we're having fun too, but hey, we're running late. We got to slide out here. We'll see y'all next week. And hey, boys, I think we only got 3 or 4 shows left. So get on it when you can get on it.
And fish
And fish fry. We'll see y'all later.
Thanks,
Bye-bye.
You've been listening to Jerry's Outdoor Show. Special thanks to Indian Creek Lure Company, the Sicilian Pizzeria Wilton, Mitchell Arms and Ammo, Pierce Custom Rods, Tailwater Marine, Deaf Guy Taxidermy, and RB's Outback Bait and Tackle. Tune in every Friday morning at 10 a.m. right here on AM 860, FM 95.1, KWPC, the voice of Muscatine.
Well, I love her, but I love to fish. I spend all day out on this lake, and hell is all I can.
We are so glad you came. Bye-bye. 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 Bye. Bye-bye. Remember, please discard all candy wrappers and popcorn containers in the nearest trash